Welcome to the Neuromasters Podcast, the place to reinvent yourself, master your mind, and change your life. Internationally recognized speaker, coach, and trainer Reg Malhotra will teach you tools to improve your mindset, change your behaviors, and let your relationships thrive. Are you ready to unlock the power of your mind? Here's your host, Reg.
All right, welcome back, everybody. I want to start by saying this. As human beings, we love to help. As human beings, we love to give. And as human beings, we love how it makes us feel. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that interesting? And isn't that empowering? That as a species, we are more designed to serve each other. Think about any time in your life that you've helped somebody, especially when you were growing up. In most cases, you'll find that you got a good feeling. Even that homeless person that you gave a couple of bucks to, how did you feel straight after that? Or that person, that maybe the other kid who in school who was having a problem and you helped him with that? Or when you helped an older person, or you helped an animal, in whichever way, you'll notice that you get what we refer to in NLP as a positive kinesthetic, a positive feeling, a positive emotion. Have you ever thought about why that is? Why is it that we feel good about helping others? Now, of course, as we grow up, as we go through our life's experiences, many different things happen, some positive, some not so positive, and we develop these patterns of self-protection. In the process, we might save ourselves from helping, even when we know we want to. We may not like that part about us, that part that likes to help others. I know for me, I spent a long time at some stage in my life not helping even when I wanted to, not giving even when I wanted to, not being nice even when I wanted to. And as I look back, because I had a lot of experiences where I had felt rejected or hurt or looked down upon, and all of these things, they make us hide our true selves. And our true selves, and this, by the way, goes for people who are in the business of helping and healing and coaching, but it equally goes for people of all types, of all backgrounds, of all professions. And I speak with hundreds, if not thousands of people a year. And one of the things I find in common with everybody is that whether they're a doctor or a psychologist or a mental health therapist or a truck company owner or a hypnotherapist or a shop owner, and one thing I find in common with most people most of the time is that people love to help other people. So if that is the case, then what can we do to do more of that? How can we incorporate that in our being? It's good for our health, it's good for our spirit, it's good for our mind. It has so many positive benefits, and I'll speak about a few of those, what they are. The simplest one is that we feel good, and when we feel good, we are more open to receiving. We're more open to receiving help. Think about it. Law of reciprocation. If we help others, we are more likely to receive help from others. That's one. Second, when we help others, we feel in a higher way about our own selves. We see ourselves differently. We are more likely to have love for ourselves because we know that we are doing the right thing by somebody else. Third reason, as we help others, we start receiving more compliments, more love, more acceptance from others, and that is also obviously useful for us, for our mental health, and for our general sense of well-being. Then, because it's in our true nature, that means that we are being able to live more authentically. that of course has its own benefits. So think about the range of benefits. And if you go and speak to a cafe owner, you go and speak to a barista, and you go and speak to a chef, or you go and speak to a salon owner, one of the things common again with a lot of these people is that they enjoy that experience of serving other people. In fact, a lot of careers that people get into are because of their joy they get by watching other people enjoy their work or their service, or seeing other people feel happy. In fact, I would argue that people who are disowning that part of themselves, who are spending a life not giving to others, not making others feel happy and good, have typically, because they've experienced significant emotional events, and then they have shut down in certain areas, they have chosen to put on a mask sometimes, they have spend more time protecting themselves from getting hurt, feeling rejected, feeling not heard and understood, all of those things. Because by and large, whether it's an entertainer, whether it's a politician, whether it's a business owner, most people are out there trying to make meaning of their life by giving and helping others. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that amazing? You see, for me, for a long time, I didn't accept that in me. I actually didn't even recognize that in me. And I know the day I actually not only just recognized, but I completely owned it. So I want to ask you this. Is there a part of you that loves helping others that you're not owning, that you're not talking about? Could it be you're doing the exact opposite? In fact, you're representing the exact opposite by saying, I don't like being around people. I don't like helping others. In fact, are you going to that extent? You see, the extent to which you say you're not something, the extent to which it's accompanied with emotion will generally give an indication of who you truly are. Think about that. Think about what are the reasons that perhaps you have stopped that part of yourself. For many people, they have incorporated that as part of their work. Now, if that's what you're not being able to do, then you got to ask yourself, what can you do in your life? How can you incorporate this into your life? Is it by volunteering? Is it by taking on a profession that is directly helping people from certain pains that perhaps you've experienced or that you have empathy towards? There is a lot of fulfillment that comes when day upon day we are spending our time helping other people get better, helping other people feel better. It is a very powerful concept. In fact, I call it a bit of a neurohack, that if you're looking for something to do, something purposeful in your life, make sure that you attach other people's centeredness to it, because it is a hack for you to feel good about you, to be open to receiving, to be somebody who does pursue their passions and their goals because you're already feeling good that you're doing it for others. So I think it's a very, very important concept to understand and incorporate into your life, because the further we go away from our true nature, the further we go away from the way that we're actually designed, the more the possibility of conflict, the more the possibility of incongruency, and the more eventually the possibility of self-dislike and self-hate. You see, when you do things that are your true nature, you end up liking you more. And if you like you more, then others will like you more. Why would I like you if you don't like you? There's a certain energy you'll emit, and it will prevent me from truly liking you, is what I would argue. So thinking of that, where in your life are you not being able to express this side of you? We all have this side. Some may have it more than others, but I can argue that everybody has this part of them that is there. It's many times it's just needs a bit of nurturing and bit of practice. And that's my greatest wish for a lot of people, that we get to have this experience where we are able to express parts of us by giving to others, by helping others. Of course, now there's the other side to this, is when we spend too much time doing only that at our own expense. All right. Now that's not spoken about enough, but only wanting to help others, only wanting to give others, only wanting to support others, but at our own expense, at the expense of our own well-being, well, that can completely backfire. So it's not about just helping for the sake of helping. It's about incorporating that as part of who you are and finding ways to actualize it, finding ways to express it. So what are you currently doing to ensure that that part of you is realized? And what will you do if that's not the case for you, to make sure you bring more of that into your life and become somebody who is leaving people feeling better or feeling better than you found them?
Thank you for tuning in today. Are you ready to take the next step and find out what's keeping you from reaching your goals and creating the life you want? Go to go.neuromastersacademy.com/gs-lp for a free transformational mini workshop with Reg. See you next week.